Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Justine here, wanting to give you guys that reading on Lil Fizz and I was about to say Moniece because she is involved, but Lil Fizz, Omarion, and Omarion's baby mama, Miss Apryl Jones. Shout out to the young lady that hit me up in my comments requesting it because, yeah, I've been following the story, so this really is a good read. For those of you who might not know, like a few days ago, Apryl put out like a live, or at least she made a video or whatever, saying that her baby daddy, Omarion, wasn't doing what he should, you know, financially or being supportive and stuff, and she was really having a tough time. So she basically was trying to say that she might give him temporary custody and start working, you know. So shortly afterwards, she and Moniece had some exchange of words, and it was revealed, or at least stated, that Moniece seems to feel that she's sleeping with Lil Fizz. And that's the reason why Omarion, who, of course, y'all know, Omarion and Lil Fizz go way, 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 way back. So, yeah, that's what they got going on. And I haven't really, like, watched, like, recently, well, if there's any more recent stuff coming up. But I do know this is a good read, so I want to see what the cards are going to say. So, shout out to the young lady. I believe your name's Nisha. Let's get started. All right, so first, I want to start off with Omarion and Lil Fizz. Okay, so let's see if we can get some insight, people. I hope everybody's having a blessed day on this, what is it, New Year's Eve. Okay, so I've already cleaned the cards and everything. Just putting a little intent. So give me a moment and let's begin. Okay, Mr. Omarion, what you got going on? Now that's funny that he gets this card first. This is the Seven of Swords. And this card means like trickery, or like cheating, or infidelity, or something, stealing, something like that. Because look at it. You see how the person look like they tiptoeing away. Okay. Look, they going away from it, huh? Notice they don't have all the swords. Look like they grabbed up as many as they could carry. And they trying to get the heck on up out of there. So that's very interesting. That's the first card he's got. So that's what's going on. So it's some infidelity. Now let's see if that's referring to Lil Fizz and Apryl. Okay, so next card comes up. Ooh. Hold up. We might have to stop, y'all. The next card that came up, look, it's the Death card. Okay? Now, this card doesn't necessarily mean anything to do, okay, with death itself, but more so like a transformation. It could be a rebirth, or it could symbolize something with children coming into play. So maybe we are picking up that right now. Let's say there's been some sort of deceit, some kind of trickery on his part. And with this Death card coming in next, what is presently, that could symbolize him, you know, because it was inverted, that he's not dealing with it well. Okay, so this card right here is going to be what's going on good for him right now. Okay, he pulled the Emperor card. Now, this Emperor card, if you notice, looks very strong and powerful, very intelligent, so to speak. Okay, so he represents leadership, okay, and able to kind of like keep stuff on task, you know, and like so he's right now, I feel like, able to kind of like get self out of the love triangle and kind of want to focus on himself and make some money right now. I think he's over it. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know. Make sure you drop in the comments what y'all think too. Okay, so next we have the card that shows what he got going on that's really against him right now. And that is the King of Wands. And again, notice this King of Wands. The king, he looks strong, you know, very kind of like independent in his thinking and whatnot. Notice he's looking over at the wand and whatnot, you know. But with this King of Wands as his negative, I'm wondering if it's because it means change. And I'm wondering if he doesn't want to see it change. He doesn't want to do anything about it. Like, he doesn't want to, I think he doesn't want to take care of kids if he's not so-called in the relationship. And he could be hurting if this chick really been sleeping with his ex-band member. Oh, Lord. Who, if y'all know, you know, it was already suspect, supposedly, of what could possibly be going on in the BT2K. You know the allegations, you know. I don't even want to get on it, but y'all know. Okay, so with that said, the next card I'm going to be pulling, it shows what's one of the outside influences or what's going on behind the scenes, something we might not know. Okay, now that's interesting. Okay, so this is what, the 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, the 9. 1, 3, 6, 9, sorry, y'all. Okay, so this is the 9 of Wands. Okay, and the 9 of Wands is all about like order and kind of discipline. Wait, hold on. There we go. And with this card, if you notice, it looks sort of like he's enclosed in something. So he locked into something. And y'all know he locked into them daggone kids. Unless they take tests and find out they Lil Fizz's babies. I doubt that, but serious, because, ooh, you know Moniece would have killed her shit. Anyway. So, the next card I'm going to be pulling shows what we can expect to change or what he's going to do. Okay, now this is inverted, and this right here is the 7 of Wands. Just a moment. There we go. Now, notice with the Wands how this person is looking like they're basically like very powerful and strong. Look like just look at how all the other ones are smaller than them. They look like the Jolly Green Giant, don't they? In strength and determined and stuff. Like, they ready for the battle. So, I think he gonna start being a little... I don't know, because it was inverted, though, now that I think about it. So, that might mean that he might not come out as strong. And truly, honey, he the daddy, so, child, she winning. She's winning. Unless he gets full custody. And overall, with him, we get the Queen of Swords. And that's just what I'm talking about. With that Queen of Swords, you see how powerful this queen is. Okay? And she can represent, like, strong ideas. She can represent, like, intelligence. Like, look at it. Like, strength and stuff, right? But with his, it was inverted. So I take it as it's representing Apryl. He's going to see her as that. Because even if she did sleep with, you know, like his homie, that's jacked up. We know that. But they still, you know, had kids. So he got to be a daddy. Gotta be a daddy. That's just, it is what it is. You can, fellas, you cannot, you know, be out here messing with these young ladies and then get mad when stuff doesn't work your way. You still are a father, be a father. That's just the way it goes. So, real quickly, I'm just gonna give a rundown of the cards in a way to see if we can see more of a story. So the first card that he pulled was the 7 of Swords, and that was all about that trickery or some sort of deceit. So I think that, yeah, she may have cheated, because that next card was the death card and it was inverted. So that's telling us that something about like change or maybe like a transformation that didn't go right. So that would support that if she cheated on him, that he really, you know, it messed his head up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man I went to bump the kids, bump you, you know what I'm saying? And then he gets the Emperor card to show where right now he's not even focused on love and stuff. He really is kind of like focusing more on his goals and stuff. And then the thing that might be going on negative with him right now, we got the King of Wands. And, excuse me. But with the, you know, with the King of Wands, a lot of times that might mean like something is changing, like growth and stuff like that. So he obviously probably is holding on to resentment and doesn't want to see the relationship change. So next we see that one of the things going on sort of like in the outside influence of all of this is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands to me feels like that's sort of like him, you know, in that defensive type discipline mode, or like not necessarily in jail, but you can tell by the card, it looks like he's enclosed. He's caught up. I mean, he's locked in though. You have 2 children with somebody, that's what it is. And then, you know, then one of the things that is going to change, or something that we can expect right now for him, or an outcome, he received the 7 of Wands, which that was like the one, like the Jolly Green Giant, looking strong and all, but it was inverted to represent maybe that he's struggling with wanting to step up, you know, like he should, so to speak, in his father role. And overall, he received that Queen of Swords inverted, which I feel that's representing Miss Apryl, you know, that even though, you know, like I said, that he, even though he has probably a right to be upset and messed up, he still has to do right by those kids. And I believe that she's going to come along and be able to show him to respect that. So that's my reading for Mr. Omarion. Now let's go on and do Lil Fizz and his little sneaky self. That's probably the trickster that came up, right? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, because I don't know, the story interesting, because I watch Love and Hip Hop and stuff, so I've been watching Lil Fizz, but y'all gotta understand, I'm an old lady who used to love B2K back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the, you know, the R&B hip hop groups or whatever, my time, you know what I'm saying? When Chris Brown was a baby. But anyway, now I want to do Mr. Fizz, so just give me a minute, put some intent on these cards, see what we can learn about him. And I don't know, y'all, he might just be doing something for love and hip hop, but we're gonna see. Let's see what the cards tell us. And if you're watching this for the first time, I hope you enjoy the reading enough to subscribe. Come on back. I'm new, but I'm getting started. So work with me. I work with you. And please give me a like as well. And make sure you send a comment. I love interacting with people. All right. So the first card Mr. Fizz gets is, funny enough, it's the Moon. I'm sure. Now, this deck right here, y'all, is a little bit harder to kind of like decode sometimes, but the pictures are real cool. And you can kind of bring out the meaning, but whatever. Now, what she represents, the Moon card, is the mysteries of the moon, you know? Like things that people don't have necessarily seen in the open. Okay, so not necessarily trickery, but let's just say we don't know all sides to Mr. Fizz. Okay, next. Okay. Next, he receives the Justice card. And notice the balance schemes, of course, the balance, excuse me, the little balance beams right there representing, you know, the good and the bad, so to speak. But notice how that person has their eyes covered. And that's funny that he got 2 major cards, like, you know, to start. So I'm tripping off of that. So this is definitely about like order, like you better do right. You know what I'm saying? Like you should take caution. Like you have to be careful about what you start involving yourselves in. So this, yeah, this might definitely mean that he's been kind of dipping in waters he shouldn't have been dipped in. You know what I'm saying? Because of course he's trying to make a comeback. I mean, darn, I know he don't have a storyline or a plot on Love and Hip Hop or whatever, LA, but Hollywood, I mean, but, Okay, so next, this is one of the cards that's going to symbolize what he does have going on positive for himself right now. Okay, now he receives the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to turn, oh, it was inverted, so let me turn it around. Okay, can you see? I hope y'all can see it because I don't even know. But now what this means is maturity. It's like deep thought. It's like being able to kind of go inside yourself. So right now with what's going on is making him kind of go into the shadows a little bit, you know, and think about things. He need to, right? Think about what he's done. Okay, so the next card is going to symbolize what he has going on negative for him right now. Now, he receives the 3 of Wands, and it, too, is inverted. Now, with this 3 of Wands, this right here, it means like, sort of like when you are living your best life, so to speak. And his is inverted. So, excuse me. So, notice, okay, let me show you the picture because this is pretty. You might be able to understand this right here from this. See, if you look closely, you'll see the beautiful horse. Looks like almost angelic. His was inverted. See, this is about those things of when you're living your best life and when you're doing your best and you're understanding yourself. But with him, he's not able to see that. Like, he's not able to concentrate right now on those goals. He's got a lot of other stuff getting in the way. And I think we can identify that. We see that on the show, you know, like, never even really had a plot, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, his biggest storyline was what, him messing with Nikki? I don't know. But, okay, so the next card that he gets represents the outside influences or what's fueling some of this stuff, and it could be what he's not aware of. And we get the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, now with the 2 of Pentacles, that shows like a lot of being pulled apart. Like it can talk about maybe some type of problem battling with yourself. Notice again the person's eyes are covered. Notice where the earth is and they're battling. Like notice the pentacle, you got a pentacle there and you got a pentacle right there. So it's kind of like that person might be caught in limbo. Like they trying to figure it out. And that's probably his baby mama, because you know Moniece is no joke. But now Lil Fizz, for what it said, seems to be a pretty decent father, though. I do like that dynamic he has with his little son Cam. But now one of the things that may change, right? Soon he received the Knight of Cups. And that's a pretty good card for him to get, because it's about, if you notice, it's about being that knight, about being a good man. And if you look back into the far corner, you'll see that heart. You know, he's armored up, he looks strong. So this might symbolize that he might become a so-called better man after this experience, which that's pretty good because, you know, you can't be messing with your homies, girls. That's just... And his overall card, he pulls the Hangman. Okay, now, funny enough, this right here card is about sacrifice, okay? This is about being stagnant. Like, this man can't do nothing. Look, he's hanging. See, he's upside down, feeling powerless, pretty much. But it could mean that sometimes you're so deep in thought you don't want to move on. So that's his overall card. So it might mean that his career still didn't go pop off instead of, you know, from this, but he will become a so-called more moral type of character. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. So with him, I'm going to do a quick rundown. The moon, of course, I was saying, you know, it shows like stuff that we really don't understand about ourselves, you know, kind of like the secrets in our mind that we just haven't revealed it. We ain't wanted to look at it yet. And he received that. Then the next card was justice. So that shows sort of like, having to make right choices. Like, you know, you can't just be blind-eyed, like how this card says. You can't just be so-called blind-eyed. And notice that young lady or the person in the photo kind of reminds me of a nun, you know, but they're still blind. So it doesn't matter even if you consider yourself to be a good person. You still have to really make a good choice in every situation. You know, it doesn't matter what you consider your character to be. So he received that. Then the Knight of Pentacles. And with that Knight of Pentacles, that kind of just shows that, you know, kind of being strong. And I think, you know, that was the card that shows what he does have that's kind of working for him. And they're stronger because they take stuff a little... more serious, you know, like he's got it to be a good father, I think, so that does keep somewhat of him in check, you know, but he definitely is probably working hard at doing that now. And then the Three of Wands, which was representing his flaws right now, or his negatives, kind of represented right here. I'll show this one. Can you see it? Okay, there we go. Okay, that he's not really necessarily seeing the big picture of his purpose or his career. He's not really making all the best choices for his career. And one of the outside influences was the Two of Pentacles, and meaning that he's being torn. He's got a lot going on. And I think that might be because he's been making bad choices with these relationships and females. And then as a card to show maybe what's going to change soon, it was the Knight of Cups. And again, that Knight of Cups, it kind of represents, you know, it can mean love. But with the Knight of Cups, I think it's right now saying that he's really going to be able to strengthen up himself and be more of a better dad, better moral type of character from this situation right here. And his overall card was the Hangman, representing that he's still gonna kind of stay where he's at. He's still not gonna blow up like Ray J and Kim K off of this type of stuff. But I don't know, y'all. To me, I think they've definitely done a little something. But got one more to do. Let's get on Miss April. And by the way, I do readings. I'm just starting, so I don't charge very much. On Fridays and whatnot, I do it for $10. And during the week, I'm thinking maybe I would have like a live session to do the celebrity readings. And if you want like personal development work and stuff like that, just hit me up. Just pretty much hit me up if you have any kind of questions going on spiritually in your life. I'm here to help young ladies and young men. Now, okay, you know what? I would prefer if I used this deck over here from Miss April. Just a moment. Let me get them nice and shuffled, people, and we'll begin with Miss Apryl. All right. Let's begin. Miss Apryl, please give us insight as to what's going on in your life right now. First card drawn for her. Interesting. Now, this right here she received is the Two of Swords. Okay? And this means she don't know what to do. She torn. Notice this person right here has their eyes blinded and they're having their hands crossed. Like, they don't know which way to go, pretty much. They're guarded. Okay. So you need to open them eyes, girl. What you doing, Miss Apryl? Next card to show us what she is going on currently. Ooh, she received the Temperance card. Now, this Temperance card, it's about, like, being a mother. It could be being someone's taking care of someone. Notice the angelic, like, feel to this card. It's pouring the cups. It's sharing. It's caregiving. So, I think this is reading her as a mother. Okay, so she's definitely got a lot going on with her kids right now. Now, the next card to show us what she has going on good for herself right now is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups, if you notice, is a person who kind of like is able to receive their gifts. And sometimes those gifts aren't necessarily financial, but more so sometimes spiritual gifts. So she's able to kind of right now, she knows what she's doing. She's trying to get it together to where financially she can take care of herself. She doesn't mind getting back into the whole Hollywood type of thing to try and make a successful career and whatnot. She's tired of sitting back. And I don't think she's really all that concerned with love. You know what I mean? Like, if she did mess with Lil Fizz, I think it was just out of spite. Just out of, okay, you want to mess around with other females? Watch what I can do. But let's see what the cards say. This right here is what she is going on. It's not good for her right now. Ooh. And it's inverted. And this is the Nine of Cups. Okay. Now, look how guarded this person. Just hold on. Let me see if I can get that in focus. Make sure you guys can see the whole picture. Okay. Now, with this Nine of Cups, this talks about, like, a lot about, I think, material wealth. So for this to be the negative, I've got to agree with it, that's showing, and it was inverted, showing that she hasn't had very much money. Like, she's infamous. We might know her name, but she wasn't able to make very much money off of her recognition and whatnot from, like, Love and Hip Hop and being Omarion's baby mama. So that could be fueling her to, like I said, do things out of spite. Makes sense to me. I get it, girl. That ain't the right way to go, but I understand. So this next card is the outside influence, which is fueling it. And funny enough, with Miss Apryl, she gets another cup. She gets the Ten of Cups. Now, what you can notice about the Ten of Cups, notice this celebration. Looks like, kind of like a rejoicing. See? Look like a party. Now, with this cup, so the outcome, I think she might be getting some of that money, what she's been complaining about not getting. You know, now, because this the card shows like a overall happiness. Okay, and this is the outside influence. So I think this is kind of like where even if she did mess with Lil Fizz, I think she's still about to get help for her and those kids. And I think that's her whole objective. I think she's really over it. You know what I mean? Like that whole relationship stuff, she could kill us. But that's just my opinion. And the next card that she received, which is something that's about to change for her, is the Ace of Swords. And generally, swords have a lot to do with, like, change and whatnot. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so this is like, it can be with strength, as you can tell, like spiritual strength, growth, kind of like seeing your power. If you notice, the crown is at the end of the sword. So, like, again, that supports what I'm thinking is she's about to triumph. Or at least go after what she really needs in order to be, you know, a good mother for them babies. And that's what we're hoping for, right? Now, next card that shows the overall card of her future in this, she received, but it was inverted, the Three of Wands. Turn it, wait a minute, I'm turning it this way. Okay, now with the Three of Wands, this right here, it shows like maybe a person that knows what they want. Like they know where they're going. You know, like look at how that person, like, it looked like they in deep thought, like they contemplating some big stuff, like they ain't playing. And I think that's what we're going to see out of her. And we all know Mona put on, child. You know how that works. So it's funny that, like, with her reading, y'all, she is about the money. Look, I'm not going to move the camera. First, I'm just going to show each card in the way that it was read. And I want you guys to notice these cups, because she received 4 of them. 4 out of 7 cups. So that she is definitely about that money and about her home life with her kids right now. This was her first cup to show that right now she's kind of torn, you know, kind of not knowing what's right or wrong. But nothing picked up love and romance. Everything picked up her trying to kind of see balance and make this money. Okay, that was the Temperance card. Okay, and notice the cups are involved. And this is, like I said, the show about the caregiver being a good mother. Then she received the 7 of Cups, which is about understanding your spiritual gifts. Then she received the 9 of Cups, which is kind of like wearing it, you know what I mean? Like having the money. And hers was inverted, so it means she hadn't had the money. Then she received the 10 of Cups. See all those cups? And with the 10 of Cups, that 10 of Cups signifies, you know, like, sort of like the change is gonna come. Like the hard time is over. Like we're going to rejoice, you know, long lasting and whatnot. And then, you know, that and see, that was the outside influence. And then this card was the Ace of Swords to show that she's going to grab some of her strength and her power. Like she ain't backing down. And then there was the Three of Wands to show that she's definitely moving in another direction and understanding things. So look at all those cups. This chick is about her money. Like, for real, she wants her money right. Like, it shows that she really hadn't had much, which me as a woman that raised children for quite a while singly, I testify, yeah, we need that, you know, support to make sure that we are balanced enough to be good providers and, you know, spiritually in nature for our babies, you know. So, the 3 of them, I think she did. Overall, I'm thinking she did mess with him, but she could care less. Nothing on her spread shows love or shows that she's focused, so to speak, on romance. You know, the only thing it shows is pretty much that she knows she's a mother and she's ready to go out here and do what she has to do for her kids. She could care less about Fizz and Omarion, real talk. That's what I'm saying. As far as Lil Fizz, you know, I feel like with his, it showed that he did do something and he's feeling guilty. Remember, his first card was showing that he's a little deceitful. So I think they did mess around, and I think it was done out of guilt and anger, because if y'all know the backstory, he probably is a little jealous of the fact that, you know, B2K got broken up. You know, he wasn't able to, you know, make enough money to really do his thing, so to speak. He got kind of pushed out the game. So shows a little deceit, you know, maybe like he was a little treacherous with his thinking, and he and Apryl got some payback on Mr. Omarion. But it does show them. Remember though, it does show that he's a decent father, and that he is gonna go through this process and become a better man because of it. And with Mr. Omarion, look at how it showed that right now he is ready to go and make his money, which is good, because that is what Apryl wants him to do for those kids. But he's really not in that love zone either. Like something has happened to where he's not all into love either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I definitely don't think it's fake. I don't think it's just something put up for love and hip hop. So I'm going to go on and end this video because it's getting pretty long. But like, subscribe, drop me a comment. Let's talk about this. We got to get to the bottom of this. And I think what I'm going to do, since this is New Year's and I'm just chilling, y'all. I'm just about to go to the grocery store and stuff and get timed up. I think I want to come back and I want to do Moniece. Let's do this thing. You know, like have like a love and hip hop session. We all know what's going on, because I am heavily invested in these people's lives. I watch their drama to try and avoid it in my life. You know what I'm saying? So with that, y'all, peace, love, happy New Year. I'll be back.